No, he got arrested. Um, and then we haven't heard much from there. We know he was accused of human trafficking, and then they kept him in jail. And then recently, they ruled to continue to keep him in jail. Now, an interesting point that I heard brought up was that he they haven't charged him with anything. They have no
No, they're
charges.
building it. They're building a case against him.
Yeah, but
That's
you're
they're doing it backwards. Yeah.
usually you can't, you shouldn't, you're not supposed to hold people in jail without any charges.
Well,
Like
this
once you
is
have charges, you put them in
yeah,
jail.
this is a double-edged sword. So remember what he said about Romania? He said he likes it because they're laxed. Well, they're also lax the other way too, buddy.
Yeah, and that might be what's going on here
Double-edged
too.
sword, man.
the the Matrix realized the Romanian officials are
You're
corrupted. They can just pay them off
right.
to do this.
You're,
But this article came out the other day. Two women who denied being trafficked by Andrew Tate and his brother and insist they worked for him willingly are victims and have been brainwashed. Romanian judge rules. The two women did not recognize that they were being enslaved, the court ruled. A clinical psychologist report said they were left traumatized and exploited.
well, that's saying, like
It's crazy that they could just say that, right? Like,
you traumatize me all the time. So
well, okay, Archie said this is a witch hunt against him because he is labeled as a misogynist by the sensitivity police. I think it goes way deeper than that.
yeah,
I think he's really popular, and his message is that of encouraging masculinity.
yeah,
And they want to shut that right down.
yeah.
And that's why he's so popular.
Hey, honestly, I think it's all of it. But it's very easy to get him. He says some controversial shit. Some controversial shit comes out of his mouth, and when you take it out of context, especially, holy crap, he sounds awful. Like when they do these little sound clips of things he said, fuck
Yeah,
me.
he says things bluntly in a way that
Yeah,
garner an emotional
and it'll get
response.
him in trouble. Yeah. So that's what I'm. So he's an easy target. You get a guy who's popular, but he's also an easy target. Yeah, shit, man.
Yeah, but I
Take him
think
down.
this article just sums it up. It's plain an attack. It's a matrix attack on him.
Thanks, sir.
Um, he
He said that was a high level summation.
yeah.
Thank you.
Um, he like you're accused of a crime.
Mhm.
Someone who was there, two people who were there, come out and say that didn't happen. That this person never committed that crime, and they say, "Nah, you're brainwashed. You're wrong."
Mhm.
What?
Well,
What?
you're.
Because you know, right? You know, they were two women coming out and saying, "Yeah, we were there. We were held against our will. We were exploited. We were scared. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know if we could go to anybody or if we could have any help." You know that would be everywhere,
Mhm.
right? That would be proof. Andrew Tate, he's guilty. You know, horrible person. Blah blah. Human trafficker. But the opposite happens, and it's like, well, nope, still proof that he's the bad person, human trafficker.
Well, that just goes to
What?
show you that like there's no amount of money that's going to save you in that kind of a corrupt system. So you can have all the lawyers you want. How are you going to fight it? What are you going to
Yeah,
do? You know what I mean? So at what point does he sort of tap out? At what point does he say, "Okay, enough. I won't say shit. I'll take my near $1 billion and I'll go fuck off. I'll go to an
well,
island in
that's
Abu
his
Dhabi or
net
something."
worth. If they take away his companies, he doesn't have that.
Whatever. But I'm saying, he's got enough money to be fine. So he
Yes.
goes, "I'll take my money. I'll fuck off. You won't hear from me anymore. Don't kill me and don't put me in jail."
Yeah.
Because I think worse for a guy like him would be going to jail because they'll make his life fucking hell in there. They'll just put people in there. They'll put plants in there to fuck them up all the time.
Allegedly, it's already pretty bad where they have him in the Romanian prison. But I don't know. I think they might be trying to kill him.
Yeah, maybe. And that's what I mean. So it's like, do you think at this point he's got any redemption with the overlords? Do you think they would say, "All right, look, we'll let you
I think.
slide on this shit if you fuck off," or are
I
they
don't
just
know
gonna
if it
kill him?
works like that.
Like,
Like, because I don't know. He's too popular,
yeah, but
right? So like,
look what they did to
can
Epstein.
can Andrew Tate drop off the face of the earth? And might he might just have to be killed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anybody can. Anybody can. I mean, look how popular and how like out there Snowden was. and then he just fucked off to Russia, and you didn't really hear from him for a while. So if you need to, you can
Yeah, but
fuck off.
everybody knew where he
I
was,
know, but
and he
he
wasn't.
shut up. He didn't say shit with a mouthful for a while because he was scared. He
Well,
wanted to
yeah.
make sure he was okay. You're going against the U.S. government. They can find you there.
Well,
Like you can't hide from them. Like how silly is that
yeah.
for him to think he can hide? They let him hide. Like they probably knew exactly where he was at every moment, and they went fuck around and find out. We're not dealing with like people think that laws and shit are in play. No, those aren't in play. Not at this high level.
It's yeah,
No,
it's wild. You find out the stuff that was going on Epstein Island.
yeah, these are
It's a different class of people.
these are people that are in bed with the type of people that can just make people disappear.
The lizard people
Yeah,
who
it's like
control everything.
I don't care how famous you are. You're in a he was in a private jet. We shot him down, but you don't say we shot him down. We just his private jet went down.
Yeah.
Oh,
The problem you want to be concerned about is public outrage, right? You want to do it in a way that people don't necessarily they can't really connect the dots to say, "Oh, this is for sure
well,
this thing."
look at Epstein.
But,
You think there would have been a
yeah,
ton of public outrage about that?
but Epstein isn't an Andrew Tate. Epstein's not like a hyper famous figure. He's kind of
No,
someone that was in the background of things.
yeah,
You could have known who he was, sure, but he wasn't. He's not an Andrew Tate in terms of like the name recognition.
I don't think you'd see, but I
But
don't
there
think we
should have
have
been
enough.
like that's the other weird thing. There should have been a lot more about Epstein because it's like here's this guy, he's head of this fucking ring, and then he's being charged, and there are these names. All these famous people are implicated. All these victims have come out, and then it's just like done.
Yeah,
Shut up.
like as
And
if
stop
that
talking
guy.
about it. The mainstream
Yeah,
pretends that well, he committed suicide.
yeah,
Oh,
as if that guy with the money and people that he had play with, we'll say, killed himself.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like he probably thought he had enough people in his pocket that he could call favors and he was going to get out of that.
yeah.
So there's no way he killed himself. He was just sitting there waiting and got surprised by a couple guys that choked him to death.
Some people are like, no, this is too close.
Yeah, yeah,
It's too publicized. You gotta go.
yeah. So
But then we don't get any information about the bulk of clients, about people who were on the island, flying in the plane, all that. None of it.
if you, but if
It's all secret.
with Tate, if you you do all this shit like they're doing now. Again, I don't really have a. I got to be honest with this. I don't really have a dog in the race or a horse in the race or whatever you want to say. With Tate, I like things he says. Certain things I don't agree with that he says. Overall, I kind of like him. Like I would say, I like him because I think he says more good than bad. Um, but it's if they say a bunch of shit about him, and I think some of it, like there might be some that's got a like a glimmer of truth, with some of the things that he said versus maybe he was a bit of a fuck with some of the girls that worked for him in the cams and stuff like that. I don't think he's necessarily, you know, uh,
Maybe, but I think if there was a legitimate case, there'd already be charges.
yeah.
I
There was
think
the
they're
one girl
I
that
think they're like grasping now.
Yeah, there was apparently this one girl that was like that he was talking about her that she was one of his high level earners, and she wanted to leave, and uh, I forget she wanted her money, and he told her to go fuck herself, sort of thing. But she was earning like 25 grand a month for him or something. This is from his own words, right? And he said I had to let the other girls know this wasn't acceptable, so I told her to fuck off, and then when she wanted her money, I said fuck you, basically, right? Um, so yeah, do I think he's like the best guy? Not necessarily, but I think he stands for a lot of good things that I think you could pull from that.
Right.
So you know, I don't know, but if they were to if they were to put all this shit, slew all this shit on him, and some of it sticks, he'll lose a lot of support. Like,
If it sticks,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. His support is weird. It's one of those instances of there's just going to be a huge percentage of people that don't think there's any legitimacy to any of it.
mhm.
Like,
Well, I'm one of them because I don't think there's a legitimacy to a lot of it.
especially at this point.
Yeah.
Especially at this point, you'd have expected charges
Mm.
more. Like there were victims that came out, like, but they remain completely anonymous.
The idea,
None of them have come public
yeah. The
with who
idea that
they
you're
are.
going to build a case after the fact,
Yeah,
that's not how you fucking do it.
yeah,
In what world is that the way you do it? Oh yeah, we suspect that you probably committed a crime.
yeah,
I'd like if they did that a lot of the time. Imagine how many fucking lives they could have saved from like um, uh, mass killer or what do you call it? Or serial killers and shit. They suspected so many different serial killers before anything like before they were able to build a case against them. They could have saved lives that way. So yeah, you know what? Take the fucker off the street if you have like a lot of uh, circumstantial evidence to point at them doing something. But don't go, okay, well, we heard a couple things you said, so we're going to take you in custody now, and then we're going to go and find the rest of it.
right.
Like if 4 or 5, 6 women came out and said, "Hey, this fucker is doing this shit." Okay, cool. Take him off the street, put him in detention, and figure it out. But nobody said shit. You know what? I don't even know what was the original allegation. I've never even heard it.
Human trap or for
No, but I'm saying, was there like 1 or 2 people that actually came out and alleged this, or was
there
it
are there are I don't know that the investigation was sprung by allegations, but pretty much right away there were at least two anonymous
anonymous?
people. Yeah, completely
You
anonymous.
can't be fucking anonymous.
They don't exactly. That's the bit, and they
That's
haven't come out.
bullshit.
None of them have come out. They're completely anonymous. I think actually there was one person who was anonymous who did eventually come out and say, "Yeah, it's bullshit."
Yeah.
So that is evidence in the contrary. And then there was this Eliza Blue. Have you seen any of that stuff? She was a part of it, and now I don't know the full details of the story, so I
Oh,
don't
was
want
that
to
the
say
one that
too
went
much.
missing?
But
Like that fucked off sort of thing? Like she
no,
Oh, okay. I heard
no,
there was one
she
that
no. So her story is that she was a survivor of human trafficking. Like
oh,
she got out at one point. And now she kind of does stuff uh, for people who are involved in it, and she was through her organization. These two anonymous people were taking legal action.
mm,
And but since then, there's been a lot of stuff about her that has come out that's kind of been dragging her name a little bit. That
mm,
suggests that she might not be being completely honest about
mm.
everything. And um,
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just shakes your whole foundation on what to believe.
yeah,
You know, you're taking a really hot topic of human trafficking or sex trafficking, and you're throwing that in the mix. That's not. These are like things that you shouldn't fuck around. It'd be like calling somebody a pedophile without any proof or
yeah,
anything. Like you don't do that. These
mm,
are these are strong allegations can really fuck somebody up.
yeah,
You know, saying somebody triggered you, or they said they used my pronouns wrong.
yeah,
That's small balls bullshit. Go ahead and say that all you want.
yeah, yeah,
You know, or you're a racist, or you're a fascist, or you're a Nazi. Yeah, you can use all those stupid terms
yeah.
all you want
They
because
don't
they don't
mean
mean anything
anything.
anymore. Nobody's listening to
Yeah,
that garbage.
exactly.
But
Yeah,
well, I wish
yeah.
him luck. I hope I hope I don't know. I hope something comes out and like the
Hopefully,
truth comes out at least.
hopefully he wins.
Or well, I don't care whether he wins or not. I just hope
Yeah,
the truth comes out.
yeah. I
The
consider
actual.
that winning.
Yeah, yeah. I guess.